Today I'll be deriving the derivative of two functions multiplied together. So in other words, this is multiplication rule. So let's denote the derivative of this system here, these two functions multiplied together as f of x prime. And this would hopefully intuitively equal to f of x plus h, g of x plus h, minus f of x, g of x over h, lim as h approaches 0. For future parts, I'm gonna ignore lim as h approaches 0 because that's kind of annoying to write all the time. Okay, so let's define f prime of x too, which would be f of x plus h minus f of x over h, and g prime of x would equal something similar. Oh, whoops, g of x plus h minus g of x. Oh, sorry for my handwriting's bad, but it's always been bad, so, all right. And let's rearrange these formulas. You'll see why this is important later. So we know f of x plus h equals, we're gonna isolate f of x plus h, f prime of x plus, f prime of x times h plus f of x, and of course, g of x plus h is gonna look something similar. Would be g prime of x times h plus g of x. All right, we multiply h, then we bring gx to the other side. Now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna substitute f of x plus h into here and g of x plus h into here. And here's where I need to write really small. So this will be awkward. F prime of x, h plus f of x, g prime of x times h plus g of x. Oh my god, my dad is doing weird stuff upstairs, but minus f of x, g of x, all over h. And that equals this. Alright? Now, let's, multiply this out. And here I need to write even smaller. So f prime of x times g prime of x, h squared. Alright? And plus f prime of x, g of x, h plus f of x, g prime of x, h plus f of x, g of x, alright, minus f of x. Yeah, it's going to be split into two lines here. But luckily, you can see here that two things cancel out, f of gx and negative f of g of x. So we can simplify this as we go all the way up here. Let me see if it's still recording. Yep, it is. F prime of x, g prime of x squared plus f prime of x, g of x, h plus g prime of x. And it's starting to look pretty similar, right? H, and we're not going to write these terms because these terms cancel out. H. We can further simplify. Lim, I'm going to write the lim here because now it's important. Oh shit, what am I doing? Sorry. F prime of x, g prime of x. One of the h's cancel out, and these h's just get removed. At this point, you should know how the proof is going to end. The proof is going to end as h approaches 0, and this entire term just becomes 0. So finally, we get that f prime of x, g of x, plus g prime of x times f of x equals the derivative of f of x times g of x. Alright? Because this equals that, and that equals that, and yeah. It's a pretty simple proof, right? Okay, that's it.